Hi guys, welcome back to Tilly's Lovelies. My name is Chantil and I'm a rural gardener here in Michigan in Zone 6. And I don't know about you guys, but I am 7 days out from starting my seeds here at Tilly's Lovelies for my garden. And I'm getting anxious and I'm ready to get started. So today I'm going to take you guys along with me. We're going to be putting together this greenhouse. I use this greenhouse every year. This is my fourth one and I'm ready to get seedling ready. Today I'm unboxing and setting up a Worth indoor greenhouse. I do want to say up front that the greenhouse itself does not come with grow lights, pulleys, or heat mats. Those are all add-ons that I chose for my setup because I found them to be really helpful in starting seeds indoors. So your setup will look a little different depending on what you add, but I'll walk you through how mine is put together and why. The frame assembly is pretty straightforward. The shelves snap into place and it gives me multiple growing levels. One thing I like about the greenhouse is the flexibility. You can customize your setup however you want. This is just how I've chosen to arrange mine for seedlings. Once the greenhouse is all put together, the framework and the grates, then I go through and I use zip ties to tighten and flatten the grates to the framework of the greenhouse. You guys, I have to excuse the noise sometimes in the back. That's my grand fur baby in the background there, and sometimes he gets the zoomies. Butler, say hi. So the bottom rack, I never secure. I always leave that as an option just in case I have taller plants, and I can remove the bars and I can remove the grate to allow for taller plants to sit at the bottom. Because once we hang the grow lights in here, the grow lights sit to about right here, so that leaves you very little space. And so, you know, tomatoes, peppers, things like that, once they get a little taller, it's easier for me to move them from the top shelves down to the lower tier and just remove the bars and the grate. So I never tighten those or secure those. I always leave them as an option. And then I'll just go through and I'll clean up. And I'll just snip. These are the added fixtures to help you to be able to hang the grow lights wherever you want to hang them or how you want to hang them in the greenhouse. Now let's talk about the grow lights and the pulley system in my setup. These are add-ons that don't come with the greenhouse, but they're something I personally recommend. The lights hang above each shelf using pulleys. The pulleys let me easily raise or lower the lights as the plants grow. And this matters because seedlings need strong light at the right distance. If the light is too far away, the seedlings stretch and get leggy. If it's too close, then they can get stressed or burned. With the pulley system, I can keep the light just a few inches above the seedlings when they're small and then gradually raise it as they grow without having to rehang anything. Here I'm adding zip ties to the tops of the clamps to be able to hang these in the greenhouse with pulley cables. That way I can lower or raise my grow lights onto my seedlings as they grow. These are the very last of the power cord with the switches. And this is the piece that plugs into the wall, and this is the lead that starts off to your grow lights. You'll have to feed these grow lights in to where they all connect, but go in a in-out pattern to be able to light all of the lights, but then also only have one cord to plug in, or it gives you the option for multiple cords to be able to turn off each individual tier, but I prefer it this way. So everything is all plugged up. We'll just give this a test run, make sure all of the lights light up. Flick the switch. This level lights, and the bottom level lights. So what this allows for is 2 trays per tier. And I normally keep them the long way, that way the whole tray is lit. And then this very top tier, I use these for my humidity domes, vegetables and seeds that don't need light. So I put these up there in the humidity domes. And again, I don't know if you saw, but I added the fan at the back to allow for air circulation. So now that I have all of the pulleys in place, all of the lights are lighting, I have all of the grates and everything. Again, with the bottom tier being an option, I can remove that if I wish for taller plants without it being blocked. And then the last thing for me to do is to add the cover. So this is what the greenhouse looks like once it's all together and put together. The last thing I actually have to do is always cut cardboard, clean cardboard every start of every season. That way you're not transporting bacteria. And I just cut some to size for each level of the greenhouse. And the purpose that this serves is, just to kind of keep the dirt and debris from falling through all of the holes in the grates down to the bottom of the floor. So that's what it looks like with the cardboard inside. And then the last and final thing, the next time I see you guys, we will be starting seeds. And I'm so super excited. I want to thank you guys for coming along with me and helping me set up my new greenhouse. and getting seedling ready for the 2026 gardening season. In the coming days, you're going to see a lot of different things going on in preparation to starting the seedlings. Getting organized, getting things together. We do have some deliveries coming, and we will be unboxing some new items in that for the garden for 2026. And we hope to see you there, and hope that you come along. And in the meantime, keep your hands dirty and your plants happy, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.